Hello, today we're playing Love. Another horror game. I don't know what the fuck this horror game is about though. Act 1, The Dream. What
People
the
today,
fuck?
they don't know what love is anymore. They really don't. They think it's just convenience.
Wait, is bro spitting? You right,
A
bro.
text message, a shared coffee, a temporary fix for being lonely. They treat it like a transaction.
That is true, but like... I feel like both people... I think that's fine as long as both people think it's a transaction and view it the
But
same.
real love is a rescue mission.
What?
Before I met Ria, I was drowning. I had been through so much trauma.
Wait, aren't you basically describing a transaction?
I
What?
was terrified to even open my mouth, terrified of people. I locked myself away in the dark, and I was ready to stay there.
Oh, okay,
But
what the
then
fuck?
she walked in. She didn't just talk to me. She actually listened. She became my only friend in a world that felt completely empty.
Okay, you're not. Then what you're describing isn't a transaction. You're basically describing fucking servitude.
She pulled me out of my own head, and she changed me. I wasn't even the same person anymore.
That is definitely not what real love is. Like, that can happen, right? Like, you know, one person changes the other one for the better, right? You know, through the power of love or whatever bullshit, right? But like, I feel like it isn't right to say that that's what real love is. Because just because it can happen doesn't mean that that's like the... Just because like it can happen, right? Doesn't mean like that's the only way real love would work. I mean, because I mean, he does have a point, right? Where if you fall in love with someone and you really love each other, you guys are going to change for each other, you know? But like, real love doesn't require you to save someone. That makes no sense.
That pull, that feeling of finally being safe, of someone holding your hand in the dark and saying, "I've got you." That is what is called love.
Okay, he's not wrong about that. But still though,
But when you finally feel safe, that's when they cut your throat.
jeez. You're not entitled to their relationship. What? Like, you do realize
Do you
that,
know,
right?
in Hindu mythology, the god of thunder, Indra,
Actually, you know what? I feel like I haven't gotten that much into, you know, Hindu mythology. Loki, is it underrated? Okay, just a bunch of dark figures looking at me. Why the fuck am I on the outside? We should be switched places because I feel very fucking vulnerable. I feel like I'm in one of those like shitty like South American countries where they just kidnap you in the middle of the fucking day. Or night, I guess, in this instance. Okay, the god of thunder,
he
Indra, what
desired
about
a
it?
woman named Ahalya. She was fiercely devoted, completely loyal to her husband. Indra knew he couldn't just take her.
Okay, so we're just talking about like a fucking homeworker then?
So he
Okay.
didn't use force. He used her devotion against her. He disguised himself as her husband.
Why are we bringing up this fucking rapist? What?
That is the true poetry of betrayal. It never comes from an enemy in the dark. An enemy stabs you in the chest where you can see it coming.
Wait, that makes no sense though. I wouldn't call that betrayal. Betrayal would be if... Because that wasn't betrayal, that was just trickery. That's not betrayal at all. What?
Real betrayal. It wears the face of the person who saved you.
What? Okay, that story doesn't add up at all. You're like, what? That story doesn't add up. Why are you blaming the husband where he is the victim of identity theft? Bro, identity theft isn't a joke. I keep telling y'all. That shit is not a joke.
It smiles at you. It holds your hand, and it walks right into your sanctuary. When they found out, Ahalya was cursed, turned to stone for a sin she was tricked into. But what about the husband?
Yeah, that sounds fucked.
What happens to the man who walks into his own temple, only to find a thief at the altar?
And the fact that you can't do anything against about it is
When the
crazy.
magic fades, You don't turn to stone, you just break.
That is very fucking concerning. Okay. Oh, I got flowers. Wait. Go upstairs and meet Rhea. Oh no, I feel so disgusted by this. Is it? Oh no. Hopefully some rape shit doesn't happen, because that's like one of the things I really don't like handling in media. You know. Oh, I got a floating rose. But yeah, no, I feel like that topic in media, like, it's either not handled well or it is handled well, and it just makes you feel so sick, and it makes you feel so sick and just sad. It's just a sad thing to experience. Where do I go? Did I get a DBD skill check? Okay, my DBC skills need some work. Oh?
I told you love was a rescue mission. I told you I was terrified of the dark, and that she pulled me out.
What the fuck?
But she didn't pull me out to save me.
Wait, what?
She just dragged me into the light so he wouldn't miss.
Oh my gosh. I was not expecting this ending, this betrayal. Oh my gosh, bro got set up. Bro got set up. He actually got set up. He thought he was getting some cheeks, but instead he was getting robbed.
I should have stayed in the dark.
Game by Aman, an Indian game developer. I guess that was the whole game. Okay, that's a very short game. I'll probably still upload this, but no, that's an interesting game. And you know what really sucks about like people who get their trust betrayed, right? I'm kind of okay. The way I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about like, you know, somebody was in a dark place, right? They feel very lonely, like they had no one on their side, right? You know, someone finally like gets close to them and they feel like, oh, I can finally be vulnerable, only to like, you know, get betrayed in like any which way, right? And I feel bad because I feel pity for those people, mostly because it's like one bad experience kind of like makes you learn, makes you like trick yourself into learning and thinking that like it's safer to be in the dark, it's safer to not be vulnerable with people, right? And it's fucked. It's fucked because like a part of you realizes like being vulnerable, being and feeling this safe with people is way better, infinitely better than being in the dark. But it just, that vulnerability leaves you so scared. And yeah, no, this is like a Shakespearean fucking like game. Okay, I like that. I think that this game has more acts to it that the developer is making. I'm interested to see where it goes, because this feels like a fucking telenovela, bro. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video.